I would like to apologise to everyone impacted.
The Optus boss is under pressure and Australia's triple-0 system is under the microscope after hundreds of calls for help failed to connect.
Early investigations show that it appears that established processes were not followed.
The telco will be forced to explain its second triple-0 meltdown in 2 years. And today, the Communications Minister delivered a blunt message.
Optus has perpetuated an enormous failure upon the Australian people, and they can expect to face significant consequences.
The communications watchdog is preparing to investigate how it all went so wrong.
We did not expect to be here again so soon.
CEO Stephen Roux first stepped out Friday evening to break the news that triple-0 calls had failed in WA, South Australia and the NT.
What has happened is completely unacceptable. We have let you down.
But the crisis had started around 40 hours earlier, when a routine network upgrade caused a technical failure about 12:30 a.m. on Thursday, which sent its emergency system offline.
That approximately 600 customers were potentially impacted.
The company failed to notice for 13 hours, despite 5 customers calling an offshore call centre to complain, including one who raised the alarm at 9 a.m.
This is not good enough. And it seems that Optus was told about this issue and did not act, which is not good enough.
Triple-0 calls were restored around 1:50 p.m. on Thursday. Once the company started welfare checks on those whose calls failed, the crisis deepened.
I have been advised that during the process of conducting welfare checks, 3 of the triple-0 calls involved households where a person tragically passed away.
The premiers of South Australia and WA were left in the dark about the fatalities until the press conference late Friday.
I have not witnessed such incompetence from an Australian corporation in respect to communications worse than this.
One can't help but feel cynical about the timeline events since the discovery of this outage.
Which government agencies and departments did Optus contact after realising this?
There's a multiplicity of agencies, from regulators through to federal government, state government agencies.
When were they contacted? And
at a range of times. It depends upon the agency, but at a range of times.
Nothing else? Thanks very much.
There will be multiple investigations into this event, including an independent review commissioned by Optus. When a network fails and can't carry emergency calls, callers should be diverted to another provider. That didn't happen on this occasion, and the Optus boss can't say why, but he does say it'll be investigated as part of the review.
Complaints where we're talking about things like access to the triple-0 network should always be treated with a heightened level of urgency, because we are really talking about potentially life and death situations.
Telcos are legally obliged to make sure every emergency call is connected. Telecommunications Industry Ombudsman Cynthia Gabert says outages are a major concern.
We do see challenges for the telco industry. I think the thing that we can't lose sight of is, notwithstanding that it can be technically difficult to maintain access to the triple-0 network, there is an obligation on telcos to do so and an expectation from consumers that they can access triple-0 when they need it most.
Last year, Optus was fined $12 million after more than 2,000 people failed to reach triple-0 during a major network outage in 2023. It prompted a broad review, which made 18 recommendations, including setting up a new body to oversee the triple-0 system and new rules to force telcos to share real-time information about outages with emergency services. Those are due to come into effect in November.
This is far more serious than we first thought, back in 2023. So we now really need to go into the structural part of why this is going wrong, why this has happened again.
Telecommunications companies are responsible for the infrastructure that carries triple-0 calls. Independent analyst Paul Buddha says the system needs to be broadly examined.
Yeah, you know, one of the problems with the 000 system, in my opinion, is an underinvestment in the infrastructure. I mean, the 000 service is not a commercial service that costs money.
While the focus is on Optus's failings now, Paul Buddha says we need to look beyond the telco to address a larger problem.
We do need a national plan to actually start understanding, first of all, you know, what is the infrastructure problems that we are having? What is underinvested in the past and what is necessary going forward?
Can you promise today that this will never happen again? Are you confident enough?
What I can promise is that we will do, again, an independent review and we will implement everything that comes in the review.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.